So this is a video that pertains to a dream that I had um, early this morning, and I kind of hesitated. I was going to put it up um, online, but I was like trying to analyze things, and I guess I shouldn't have. And one thing I do know about my dreams, if I have a dream from the Lord, I remember my dream. Most of my dreams I forget, but the ones that are from the Lord, I remember, and I still remember my dream. So I feel like God is urging me to put this dream out there. So I'm going to share it with you. But first, I want to start with scripture, and then you'll understand when I begin to talk about my dream. I want you to turn to Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. I'm going to read it. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heavens shall be shaken. I'm also going to share verse 38 as well. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So let me share with you my dream really quickly. And I don't remember a lot of my dream, but the key points, I feel like God is keeping these key points on my mind as I need to share them. I was somewhere, I don't know where. I do know it was dark outside. It appeared to be like a mountain. This mountain, or picture being in a little hill. I shouldn't say a mountain, more like a hill with grass, and everyone's sitting out there. Everyone's doing their own thing. They're sitting, talking, and I remember as I'm out there as well, in this hill area, it's like people were having a picnic. That was kind of like the setting. I can't remember seeing a picnic blanket, but everyone's sitting, talking, doing things. I just know that everyone was there, was doing something they shouldn't have been doing, meaning committing sin. I remember there was a guy to the left. I can't remember who was with him, but they were doing something sinful. I remember leaving that area and beginning to walk towards the front of this hill area where all these crowds of people were sitting. It was a lot of people, and like I said, everyone was doing something they shouldn't have been doing, at least from what I remember. As I made my way to the sidewalk, it got darker. Yes, it got darker, and I knew it was coming from the sky. I knew it had to do with God. It had gotten darker. I walked into a building. There was a building in front of this hill area where everyone was sitting, doing stuff. And as I went to the building, there were two doors. And I went through the door. It was like a glass door, but I remember there were two doors, two ways to get into this building, through two doors. I went to the far left, and as I started to go through this door, I kind of knew something was going to happen, because when I felt the darkness as I was walking on the street, I felt the darkness, like something was coming, something was going to go on. I knew that. So I made my way to this building, went to the door to the left, and something told me, I was trying to think, should I go in or should I go warn the people that something's about to go on? And as I was contemplating on what to do, I do remember in the dream that at moments later, all those people that were sitting, doing all those things they shouldn't have been doing on the hill, and that were on the hill, whatever they were doing, they were running through that door to the far right. They were all running for protection to get away from what was happening outside. That is what I remember. Again, remember there are two doors. In the door area where I was, there was no one. I just remember myself looking at these people. For some way I was able to, at this point, look and see through onto the other door and see the people going through the other door running. You can see they were nervous, scared, running for their lives, pretty much. I just remember them all running and like a herd of horses just running together. But I was not in that entrance door. I was on the other door. And I'm going to pray about this because I don't want to try and analyze on my own exactly, what was going on, because I don't know. But when I read scripture, like I just read to you, I feel like God is warning me that, you know, this was like a little sign of what's to come. Remember, he's going to come as a thief to those who are not prepared. And those people that were sitting out there on that hill, and like I said, I knew they weren't doing things that were good, because I remember that guy next to me, he was like full of sin, doing sinful stuff. When I walked away from them, they were very unaware of what was going on. It was almost like they were unaware of the darkening. I felt the darkening coming from the sky. Because remember, when I went to the door, I was thinking, should I go warn them? So they had no sign as to that darkening that I knew that was coming from the sky. Because when I made my way to the sidewalk, I felt like it got darker. It was already dark outside, but it got darker, and I felt something within me knew it was coming from God, coming from the sky, coming from heaven. And I went into that door to kind of run and get away myself, but then I thought to myself, no, should I go in here or should I warn them? And before I could even, decide what to do, they were already running through the other door. But they were not through my door. No one out of all those people, they didn't go through my door. And then another part of the dream, I remember running into these people at the bottom path of the door side that I was. Like I saw them as I walked down there. I don't know what that was. I can't remember. I don't know. But I feel like this dream was from God. And I'll have to pray to get more, for God to tell me exactly what that was. Maybe he's warning me to make sure I'm staying on my, journey through this, enduring my salvation to the end, so I don't wind up on the side, with others, and just to make, sure that I'm warning everyone that we are living in the last days, and at any moment, Jesus will return. That's what I want to share. God bless you.